Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Aries here with a video. Aaron's out. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. Today we're living simply and fun by doing book reviews for y'all. For some of you out there that's just subscribed or added us and said, oh, our books are great, we got more books on the way on fishing. So for you fishermen out there looking for top of the line books, we only choose the choicest fishing books that we read, and then I will post them on YouTube for you all. So, this book's called The Freshwater Angler's Trout, a complete guide to catching trout with flies, artificial lures, and live bait. This is the first edition. There's 3 of them. They've remade it, and I don't think they've updated it. If they have, I will get to the updated version too. First of all, let's get down to the index, because a lot of you are excited about the index. I was when I got this book because, well, it's all about trout. First it says understanding trout and salmon. It says trout and salmon basics, streams, dwellings, and salmon scents, feeding and growth, spawning behavior, hatchery trout versus wild trout habits, understanding moving water, reading the water and weather. First of all, for some of you out there wondering, yes, I'm a girl. I've had a sex change. Secondly, when it comes to this book, I don't want to hear anyone saying, well, it's trout, why is there salmon in it? Salmon's part of the trout family. There you go. Next, equipment. One of my favorite things. Fly line, fly leaders, fly rods and reels, spin and bait casting, trout fishing accessories, boats and motors. Now I like the fly fishing the best. Stream fishing techniques, stream fishing basics, fly fishing for trout and salmon, rigging up, casting a fly, fishing with dry flies, wet flies, nymphs, streamers, special purpose flies, spinning and bait casting techniques, jig fishing, casting with hardware, trolling, spin casting, or spin fishing with flies, natural bait, drift fishing, float fishing, free line, plunking, hooking, playing and landing the trout, catch and release. Techniques for special situations, high water, low water, heavy cover, night fishing, winter fishing, fishing for trophy trout, blue ribbon trout streams, eastern streams, midwestern streams, southern streams, western streams, Canadian streams, Great Lake tributaries, and coastal streams, and the index. As I said, did I buy this book cheap? Yes. Did I want this book? Yes. Why did I buy the first edition? Well, it's what they sent me. I actually wanted the 3rd edition, but they gave me this. This is also good because it has all the trout right here. All of this. Then it has more trout, graylings, etc. And then it has salmon. That's right. It's one of my favorite parts of the book. As you know, it also talks about, again, the trout book talks about the freshwater angler versions. They put some freshwater angler in. If you watch that video, talks about the max age limits of fish. Like the Arctic char can be 40 years old. I don't know how good it is to eat. It also says the spawning temperatures. It also talks about wild versus, and then it talks about the temperatures a fish can survive before it gets killed in the summertime. Talks about where you're going to find fish. It also talks about the hardware. Now, what I laugh at on the hardware part, and I will, is it always talks about tippet size, which you can find in any fly fishing book, the tippet size. The how to make a knotted leader, they all do that. But this is what makes me laugh. Trout fishing, 7.5 to 9 foot fly rods. They don't even explain what you need. Then when it comes to the other accessories, fishing, etc., hardware, bonuses, etc., boats, and stream fishing, etc. I got to tell you, this was a very good book. Oh, it talks about knots too, how to tie knots, how to cast a fly, how to fish with dry flies, fishing with wet flies. It talks about what wet fly is here. Fishing with nymphs, fishing with streamers. You name it, it's done it. There's streamers, fishing with all-purpose or special-purpose flies, spin casting techniques, talks about what to use, etc. This book is just a jack-of-all-trade book. Do I recommend it? Yes. Do I recommend you buy it? Yes. Do I recommend you go and get it on Amazon? Yes. You can get the 1st edition, 2nd edition, or 3rd edition. They're all the same. Just the covers different. This book, I believe, was printed in Singapore. But does that hinder you buying? No. Me, it doesn't, because this book is just really good. This is the 1988 version. I will be getting the 2nd and 3rd edition, reading them just to see if there's any changes in it, and I will let you know. That said, I highly recommend this book. So, for you fisher people out there interested in knowing more about trout, please buy the book, borrow it from your library, and just enjoy it. If your library doesn't have it, ask them to bring it in. With that said, I highly recommend it. Please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box if you like. Please add me as a friend if you like. Please, please, please subscribe, and please post suggestions. Thank you, and may God bless the world.